And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's conversation with head coach Bubba McDowell. Panthers go to Itta Bena, Mississippi, and come up short, losing 27-7. And right now we have joining us Coach Bubba McDowell. How you doing today, Coach?
Could say I could be doing a lot better, but obviously I'm not. We laid the egg when we went down there to Itta Bena and, didn't play good football.
I guess what's, as they say, on the mind of many is what happened.
Mike, if I knew what happened, we wouldn't be asking what happened. Just do. We went down there and golly, it was just like again, they knew the implication, they knew what needed to take place, and kids fired up and ready to go. So I thought, and man, we come out and shoot, and just like they wasn't there, trying everything to motivate these young men to get up for the game and a game that they must have, in order to get to the SWAC championship, and they just didn't do it. We were just defensive like that. We played really well. We played okay throughout the course of the game, but offensively, man, we just looked really bad. It's like we couldn't adjust offensively to what they were doing. Even though they were doing some things, defensively to kind of throw us off a little bit, we weathered the storm with the quick game, but we weathered the storm. And offense, again, it's like they wasn't there. I can't even explain it, Mike. We just got to get better as a group. The inconsistency was just, bad the whole year, up and down the whole year. And we just got to get to the point where we got to be consistently good on week to week. When you got athletes that you think and that that can get the job done. Again, I'm not making excuses. We had several 5x4 or 5 starters out. Guys catching colds at the last minute with this flu stuff going around. But I thought still we had some players that should have stepped up, and did their job and help us get the win. Chris Herring got hurt. Early in the game, but he kind of played through some nicks and knacks. But again, wasn't as effective as the Chris Herring or a healthy Chris Herring. So we had some good things. We had some bad things going on offense, man. That we got to correct. I thought we didn't take advantage of mismatches throughout the whole offense. Game time. Looking at during the game, I thought that secondary was very suspect, and I thought we should have been doing a lot more RPOs. With those guys. And give or take bad reads here or there by Trezon. 1 minute we good, the next minute we're not, with a bad read. And penalties cost us when we was in position to drive, 3 long third down runs that got called back. 2 of them holding by the wide out, other one holding by Eric Dunn. So, and it's like they were just all over the place, man, in that second half. Moving the ball, but yet couldn't capitalize on it. 2 interceptions, couldn't capitalize on it. But then we had turnovers hurt us in the end.
Yes, sir. As you say, everything that could have went wrong seemed to have gone wrong in that particular event. And I noticed a moment ago you just said that the lack of adjusting. Do you feel like it was the players that weren't adjusting or the coaching staff that wasn't adjusting throughout the course of the game?
Both. I must say both.
That I know this is a difficult pill to swallow. And, Bubba, I searched, high and low, looking at the scenarios that you had coming into this final game. And as I say, I hate to dig old skeletons up or anything like that, but there are in comparison, the only thing I can see that's even remotely comparable, and man, this is going back to your NFL days, with the Houston Buffalo game. That's what it felt like, because it's like, I know we got to play these guys, and I know we got to execute. I know we got the squad to execute, But to watch it unfold, and you've been on the sideline, man, what was going through your head while this was unfolding?
Again, I mean, obviously, just why we're not executing. Why we're not taking advantage of situations. You know, again, we're fumbling the ball. We're holding guys in critical third down situations to bring the ball back. Again, throwing the ball. Right to a guy. And again, I don't know what was going on that second half with the offense. Again, it's like, it's just like they just took a different turn. Again, we were moving the ball, but then, boom, something happened, got to bring it back. Moving the ball, boom, something happens, got to bring it back. And I'm like, and again, that's the discipline part that has to get corrected going into the next game if we're blessed to play a next game, as well as going into next year, man. Because again, you can't have this as coaches. You can't have it as players. So we got to be able to make the adjustment, coach line. That's what I told my guys this morning. We got to be able to make adjustments. 4th and 2. Freaking. One time we had the third and 1, 4th, 2, or same play. We get it, and 3 or 4, 5 yards out of it. Then run it again. Then the freaking tackle blocks down instead of blocking out on the defensive end with a 6-man box. So it's little things like that again that doesn't make sense to me. You know your assignment. Why you're not executing. 4th and 2. Again, ran the play before, got it first down, and this dude just blocks down instead of blocking out on the guy, and he just rushed in and hit us for that loss on the 4th and 2.
Yes, sir. Now, I noticed you just mentioned that there's still a slight chance that the Panthers can get into postseason play, but it's going to be predicated if Southern loses. Let me ask you this question, Bubba. Let's say Southern does lose. Do you think your guys are mentally prepared to play another game?
You have to, mate. They have to. And I promise you, if we're blessed to get in there, I promise you, God, they're gonna be ready to play. Somebody's gonna be ready to play. I promise you that.
Okay.
I can promise you that. And again, I'm not making excuses because the guys that we didn't have there, all of a sudden got hurt and then got sick. These are 5 guys that's detrimental to the offense, to make it go. But nonetheless, I still thought we had adequate backup, to get the job done. But
yes, sir.
We got to, again, put guys in position to make plays.
Well, the thing about it, you had, if I'm not mistaken, 30-plus seniors this year, and they say the situation was definitely there. And in the event there is no more football for this 22 campaign, how do you go about replacing 30 seniors, man? And I know the recruiting is always intact, but that's going to be a tall order to fill. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's definitely a tall order, but we're not per se got 30 leaving though. They can if they want, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that many leaving. And there's going to be some guys coming back. Hopefully we can get them back. But if that is the case, then we just got to go out and we're going to, my duty is to go out and get the guys that, again, want to play football, want to be coachable, and want to win a championship. We got to go get those dudes. They're out there. Now we just got to go out there and do our due diligence as coaches and get them in. We got to make sure, and I say me first, and then the coaching staff, we got to make sure, that we getting those guys in. I say guys like, we probably got to get like half and half, Unfortunately, if we want to go back and try to compete like we did this year with a winning season, you got to go portal. JCC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we are about to bring up the fact that 7-4 was the potential goal, but now it's 6-5, and although it's a winning season, I was on record Saturday. It didn't feel like a winning season with the way the season ended, and that leads me to this question. What have you learned about Bubba McDowell, the head coach, Bubba McDowell, the man, and Bubba McDowell, the motivator, after this first season under your belt?
Again, I mean, for me, it was a learning process. You know, I made some mistakes with things, but I also, you know, I had some situation where it worked out. You know, as a head coach, the first time head coach, you know, you're gonna make those mistakes. You know, I'm glad it wasn't big mistakes. You know, these are mistakes that are easily correctable. And again, I write them down when they don't work, from just staffing to the athletes to administrative side. I write it all down, and I go back at the end of the season, you know, look it all over again, you know, and then I'm going to implement a lot more different things this year. As I just told the coaching staff, there's going to be a lot of changes, you know, coming up this spring, going into the spring, a whole lot of changes. So everybody needs to get ready for it. You may or may not like it, but it's going to be it's going to be some changes after talking to some coaches, and I got some more guys that I asked me to come talk, that I asked if I can come talk to them once we're done. And I'll probably most likely be talking to probably about 2 or 3 of them at the coaching convention. So it's going to be a lot of changes, and changes for the better.
Okay. Well, Bubba, I know this is always a tough deal to come in with the circumstances that you have, but I want to thank you for being available to us throughout the entire season, and for our listening audience, man. I know things should get better, and it's got to fine-tune and keep grinding to make sure you get the right pieces that fit. And I want to give you some closing thoughts and comments right now, sir, as we get ready to wrap this segment up.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just want to, you know, just thank everybody for, you know, supporting us, the PB Nation, for supporting me this year as a head guy, as well as, you know, as a team. Right now, we're still in the hunt. Until we're not, we're still there. And again, if we're blessed to get another shot, I mean, I really believe it's going to be a different attitude going into SWAC championship. But if God have it to where we don't have that opportunity, you know, we're gonna make like I said, we're grateful to have a winning season as a first-year head coach. Not what I wanted. Wanted more than that. I even wanted more than 7. But you know, there's a lot of stuff that we can get better at, coaching-wise and athlete-wise, ministry-wise, and we're gonna get that done. I promise we'll get it done, and for the better.
All right, he is Coach Bubba McDowell of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, right now standing at 6-5 on his inaugural season. Bubba, again, I thank you, man, for making yourself available. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, reminding you guys that you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. In the event you miss any of our episodes, just simply ask your smart device to play the latest episode of The Mike Prince Show. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.